Mother Nature has not been kind to the 2017 racing season. For the second straight weekend on Monster Power, we are down to 1 of 2. But for those who have stuck around to let the muck and puddles dry, they'll be treated to an explosive performance as these manic mechanics take out 2 days of aggression in 1 afternoon. About an hour east of Lake Erie in the beautiful backwoods of the Allegheny State Forest, and unfortunately yesterday the weather didn't quite cooperate, but we're fingers crossed we're now at 100% for this show.
Yes, we are. Nothing's going to stop us now. The weather forecast looks great. We changed our track around a little bit to eliminate some of the mud of it, and I'm sure we're going to have one heck of a show. The drivers today have assured me that they're going to put their foot down and provide Cattaraugus County Fair with quite an exciting show, I'd say.
And the one upside to having one less show is you had a full track worth of leftover obstacles.
Yeah, that was one thing. We had 4 cars extra in a minivan, so we had a little extra obstacle down at the other end, a little sideways jump.
You cleaned up most of the mud out here. It's going to be a little slick over here and a little slick over there, but you guys hand dug these trenches out that I saw. They've already got drainage because this is a circle track here.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of drainage here, but we had some standing water over here. We got a bunch of guys out with some shovels and hose and dug little ditches and got all the water off of here for the day.
One more thing, this is the strongest field of trucks this fair has had.
Yeah, this is the strongest field of trucks we've had out here. Jim Koehler, the Avenger, and Brad Allen with the Brutus, and then again our Vaters trucks. Yeah, these guys told me they're gonna lay it down today. Jim had me tune up a jump over here a little bit so he could hit this jump backwards and give him maybe about a 40-foot high jump.
Well, stay with us. We'll be back here at Monster Power with all the action. The skies are still threatening, but the stormy weather seems to have moved on southeast of us and gotten caught up along the Pennsylvania-New York border. There you get a look at Brad Allen and Brutus. He comes right out and starts the wheelie competition off with a strong move. Let's see him head around to the next hit. We'll see what he picks on here. Interested to see if he goes back to that jammer stack. There's really not a lot of wheelie obstacles out here. I'll explain that to you in just a moment. Nice second hit. Allen getting after it. That is going to be a strong start. It'll actually be a pretty tough mark to beat, especially on this track. Now watch this jammer stack again. You see the top of the ramp there on the backside of the car going away. It's nothing short of a miracle they were able to build ramps on this track at all. There was so much mud that they had to get off of the top of this thing before they were even able to make proper ramps out here. And the fact that they're holding up at all is just amazing. An outstanding job on the track work by the crew out here. It rained all day yesterday, rained into this morning and early afternoon, and it's finally dried out. We're actually seeing dust, which we didn't think we'd see at all, as Preston Perez brings up the higher education cool bus. And if it looks any different to you, that's because it is. This is not Preston's normal chassis right here. This is actually the Black Stallion machine with the higher education body on it. It was a solid first hit there. Not a bad second hit off the racing lane, but I don't think that's going to take over what Brad Allen just did as we take a look at the first hit for Preston. And it was a nice job. He backed up what Brad Allen did, and I think further damaged that jammer stack. I don't know how long that thing's going to hold up. They're beating it down. over on the other side, and that was actually a real nice hit to get off that racing lane. There really wasn't much of an up angle to work with on that ramp, but he got the front end up there. I don't think it's going to take over, though. Again, Brad Allen does look like he's going to hold on to that lead, but a lot of times these competitions just turn into what's called a best trick contest, and I think we're about to see that right here as Mikey Vaters brings Overkill Evolution out of Williamsport, Maryland. Traveling as kind of a trailer mate with Preston this week, and that was a nice hit right there. Just kind of did a lap on the track. Nothing I'd count as a wheelie, but it was spectacular. Fans enjoyed it. He had a lot of momentum there. That was just a mini freestyle, if anything, but we'll wait and see. Only the applause will tell. And there's still 2 competitors left to go. You can see this hit right here was really nice. It was about right up where we are in the tower. He caught quite a bit of air there. Nice safety guards on this track, by the way. I did want to point out there's a little pit between the crowds, the front of the grandstands and the edge of the track, so there's almost no way one of these trucks could even get near the crowd, which is really, really nice here. Here comes Jim Koehler in the Avenger. Mr. Excitement stands it up, going into a slap wheelie, and he was unfortunately lined up with the school bus. He would have hit that and gotten in big trouble. Very, very wisely backed out of the throttle. Going for another slap wheelie there. I don't think he quite got the right setup coming over that car there. We'll see what he has left. So he's going for one more, it looks like. I don't think he was done after that. He wasn't happy with it. You know, Mikey came out and broke the rules. Nobody else is following him. After that, Jim Koehler going to wrap it up right there. And I know he wanted to do more, but trying to figure out a fairly new truck. He debuted this thing in Vegas this year, and doesn't wheelie quite the way his old chassis did. This truck, very, very different from anything else he's driven. Although it does wheelie, clearly he can make it wheelie. He's just got to find the right bump to do it. First one wasn't bad. You can see here, didn't quite get the nose to pitch down the right way. Once the rear end bumps and tips the front end back down, there's no way you're getting a slap wheelie out of it. Same scenario right there over that racing lane. I think their best bet would really be to go backwards over that jammer stack, but it's leaned over this way. They might not want to hit it. Nice job there for AJ Straatmann. Very similarly to Koehler, let out of it, going down toward the racing lanes, although I think he stood in it a little bit more. He may have actually been trying to get that thing to stand up. There's not a whole lot of bite down there in the middle. There's a concrete slab, with a lot of dust on top of it. Again, it's amazing that we're seeing dust right now. If you only understood the amount of rain this track took on, you would not believe that there is dry dirt on top of this thing. That was a solid effort, I'll say that. AJ, Bigfoot, playing by the rules, 2 hits. Got sort of a slap wheelie out of it. He wasn't able to stick it and make it walk down the track, but he did what he could with it. And again, it is a little bit tight in there by that bus, but I think he actually lost bite and take the chance to break an axle or something like that. But the crowd really liked it. He got some nice air off of that racing lane. And there you hear it, Bigfoot will take the wheelie competition win. It was between Bigfoot and Brutus. We are not even close to done. Monster Truck Racing is coming your way next on Monster Power. Stay with us.
All right, nobody's throwing bad fruit or nothing at me.
That's the view from the top of the grandstands here at the Cattaraugus County Fairgrounds as we get ready to go into round one. Monster truck racing on this Chicago-style course. Look at your bracket. You see Bigfoot down at the bottom will take a bye into round two, having won the wheelie contest. He will face the winner of our first pair, and we will pull a fast loser from this round, who will go up against the winner of our second pair. That'll be Overkill, Evolution, and Avenger. Now, Brutus-Brad Allen with Perez in tow pulls out onto the track. As I mentioned, this is a Chicago-style course. It's fairly similar to what we saw in Brookville. It's a two-car stack racing lane with a roller at the far end, except that on this track they'll run the traditional counterclockwise left-hand turn. We saw in Brookville they were running on a right-hand turn track, but again, it will be interesting to see if Preston Perez has anything for Brad Allen. Preston still getting used to this vehicle. Again, this is his first time in this truck, this show. Preston's never driven this vehicle before this afternoon here. So we'll see if he has anything for Brutus as round one gets underway. Strong start for Brutus. Preston not bad off the line. He's behind at this point. We'll see if he can make it up. He goes way inside on that first turn. Brad Allen with a little stumble coming out of his first turn. He's way out in front though as he rounds the finish line down the middle of the track. Preston's fallen way back. Brad will go right into the semifinals. Preston though set himself up for that fast loser position. We'll see if his run does indeed hold. But he had a big problem in that first turn. Then you see the green flag wave in the upper left-hand corner of your screen there. Brad Allen coming off the line hard. Got a little bit out of shape going into that second jump. Rounded his final corner way out in front. At that point, there was nothing Preston could do to catch up. He was still getting through that corner at that point. Brad Allen flying across center track for the win. Here's a look at what happened to Preston Perez, and as I said, he was way inside on that corner. He actually drove right up to the side of the ramp, but he did straighten it out and make it a legal run. So in that way, he did help himself. He now has a chance to make it back for the semifinals, but he would have to come back in as a fast loser. Here comes Mr. Excitement in Avenger out of Columbus, Michigan. That is Jim Koehler. He's going to take on Mikey Vaters, the second out of Williamsport, Maryland, in Overkill Evolution. This is going to be an awesome matchup here in round number one. Remember, it's one of these two who faces the fast loser, so Preston's got to go up against one of these guys. He's going to have his work cut out for him. There's a flag. Good start for both trucks. About dead even at this point. And a beautiful first turn for Mikey. And he will take about a half-lane length lead going into the final turn. Avenger going to have to catch it. Koehler had a bit of trouble on his first turn, and Mikey will drive away with the victory. Jim though will be back as a fast loser. We just received word, but he will have to face Mikey again. Here's another look at the start. Both trucks off the line hard. They were dead even going into the second jump, but at the first turn, Mikey came out with an advantage. Now you can see behind him there, that was Jim Koehler's first turn. There's actually a little bit of a dip. The track starts to bank there, and it goes back uphill just in the center of what would be the monster truck turn. The stock cars never have any reason to go up that embankment. The monster trucks are required to go up that embankment to make a legal run, and it's making it very hard to get through that turn quickly if you don't stay way inside. Mikey, though, just on rails here this afternoon. The Overkill Evolution machine out in front of the competition by about a full 2 seconds. Bigfoot 15 will take on Brutus. As we said, he took on the winner from the first pair. Comes to the line right here, AJ Straatmann. Now the disadvantage to getting by into this round is that he did not get a chance to take on the track in the previous round, so Brad Allen will actually have an advantage on him. This first semi-final matchup. Tim Howard drops the flag and they take off. Straatmann a bit conservative over that first jump, but I think that actually helped me pull away from Brad on that one, but he spins in the corner. Brad Allen with problems on his second leg. Both of them struggled with that setup right there. Brad Allen will take the lead though going into the final jump, and it looks like he'll come across with the win. AJ Straatmann way over. I thought he was going over. He hit hard. The tire, the right front just cut down right there. I thought he was coming our way for a second. He went way over on the right-hand side. That tire is down. He's going to head right into the pits. There's a temporary pit set up on turn 1. He's going all the way back to his trailer on the infield. Strong start for him, too. That's a real shame. He will not be back for the final round. Hopefully he'll be able to get it fixed for Freestyle. So far, it looks like just a blown tire. But that was an awful hard hit on the right-hand side. So look at the start in the other lane. Brad Allen with those big Michelins coming off the line hard. Get a look at this final run at it now. It looked like Straatmann was straight coming over and just came down hard on that right front. It looked like he was straight coming over the cars though. The truck just pitched hard right, and that was the end of it. Here comes Mikey Vaters now in the Overkill Evolution machine. We'll have to wait for an update on Bigfoot 15. That truck right now is actually stuck in on a warning track. He can't get to his trailer at the moment because they're pulling trucks out for racing brackets. These two are already lined up though, so we can go right into this Overkill Evolution in a rematch with Jim Koehler and Avenger that switched lanes though. Let's see if that makes a difference. Pretty even right there. I'll tell you what, you know, Mikey had lane choice. He might have put himself into the smoother turn for the final leg. I think that lane swap did him a huge favor. He just blew Jim Koehler's doors off. Big advantage into the final jump for Mikey and Overkill Evolution. Jim Koehler will head back to the temporary pits. Mikey will head back to the starting line. Get another look at this match. You see, he came off of the worst of those two turns first, so he didn't have to deal with it on the final run around. And again, I think that did him a big favor. He and Koehler were actually dead even most of the course this time, but he got way out on him just in that final turn. That does make you wonder if that was his plan the whole time. Swapped and went to the front lane there, so Mikey making his way through the finals where he will take on Brad Allen and Brutus, who's been pretty impressive here, but he's not quite been on the rail that Mikey has. Brad, again, probably a second and a half behind the time that Mikey's been laying down here this afternoon. See how quick they get to the line. Mikey's up the stage. And Brad pulls off the starting line. Re-racked it. He's going to make Mikey wait for him. There he goes. Off the line. Brad actually took the lead over the first set. Mikey Vaters with the lead going away, though. Brad beat him to the starting line. That's how they did lane choice here, and it did not work out for Mikey Vaters taking the win here this afternoon in Little Valley, New York, in the racing bracket. A very proud win for him. There it is. Williamsport, Maryland native, driving the Overkill Evolution machine, taking another racing victory here on Monster Power. Now we're going to take it back into the pit area where work is just beginning on Bigfoot 15. They had to wait until the racing bracket concluded to bring this truck off the warning track back near its trailer. And it looks like as they jack it up, there is more going on here than just a blown tire. there is fluid pouring out from underneath the front differential, which would indicate either a broken differential, broken third member. We'll have to wait and see what the official word is, but as the camera comes around there, you can see all the oil on the inside of that tire. We'll find out as the afternoon goes on. I doubt, though, very seriously, they're going to be making it back for Freestyle, unfortunately, but we'll find out if indeed they make the call. Stay with us. Taking a quick look at some of the one-on-one tough truck racing we saw here a little bit earlier today at the Cattaraugus County Fairgrounds. This is Michael Springston in the all-or-nothing Chevrolet taking on a rather unusual right turn only course. He would have the quickest time of the two vehicles that ran out here today. This is Craig Prouty driving, and I hope I'm getting his name right, Craig, 41 Rocket. Craig would not be able to top Springston's time, although he was very impressive on this course. Knowing the losing effort, though, he did decide to end his run with a short freestyle. Show you what we're talking about right here. This donut just went on forever. Cannot wait to see this machine down the road in 2018. Glad to have seen Craig here in Cattaraugus County. We'll go right on into our freestyle with Brad Allen in Brutus out of Columbus, Michigan. Starts off strong with a hit over the van stack and right to the bus. Brad was the runner-up in the racing bracket. Now starts off freestyle. Nice air over the racing lane. Headed the opposite direction he did during the racing bracket. Up over the jammer stack, and that's just turned into a big old ramp after getting beaten down during the wheelie competition. Into a donut on the slab. Look at all that dust. Really, it's real hard to explain how unbelievable it is to see this much dust on this track right now. It's so great that we're on a circuit track. There is drainage here. We mentioned that in the opening. And it really did help after they got those drains cleared. They got a lot of this water off the track, and now we're seeing Brad Allen kick up some of that dust. Well, this is interesting. He's going to head right off the track. Not sure what happened. Seemed like he was going strong. He was just getting started. He had about half a lap left to go. And he just pulled off. Looked like he was headed back onto the course, and he backed up and took a right-hand turn right through the fence. So don't really want to speculate on what was wrong with that vehicle. He was, however, fighting the rear steering throughout the day. So wait and see. Up next, Preston Perez out of Spokane, Washington. We're just going to go right through the order here. Perez trying to get used to this vehicle, and he starts nicely right there. A little bit of a hard hit on that left front. Up over the front stretch racing lanes. Hang time's still not too bad out of those racing lanes, believe it or not. Up over the jammer stack with some nice air. Where's he headed now? Hard hit on the right front. Looking through the windshield of the school bus at center track, and that looks like that's where he's going. Right up over it, bus over a bus. Preston Perez getting the job done and call it the charter bus that's a replacement chassis for this weekend, but it's a solid piece he's driving though. A lot of creative welding went into this. And Michael Vaters Sr. wanted to get that body on there. It's the normal vehicle that Preston drives, as I said, had prior commitments this weekend. Preston still comes out, puts on a good show and some new iron for him. It's a good piece of iron he's got underneath of it. Right back up over the bus the other way. I think that'll wind it down. He's been impressive here this afternoon, especially for a first shot in this vehicle. We'll have to wait and see what he's got on down the road. This will be a last look at it for a little while here, but we will be catching up with him hopefully in a few more events here on Monster Power. An impressive showing for Preston Perez, and we have just received word Bigfoot, in fact, will not make it back for the Freestyle. He broke a third member. That was why all the oil was pouring out from underneath the differential there. We see Mikey Vaters in Overkill Evolution taking immediately to the track. He went right with the van stack and then the bus jump. He comes right back for it with speed. Nice hang time there. Back over the other way. Handles these courses so differently from everybody else. It's so smooth. This truck handles so well. He really does have to throw it around to make it look as wild as he does. Not afraid to take chances. He gets way out there in the outfield. Tried to backside what was left of that jammer stack, and as I said, that thing just became a ramp. That just stopped him dead. It's right back the other way. His door opened up on it. Nice hit over the racing lane. And back for the bus. Ooh, nose down landing right there. Gets into that stack a little bit on the outside of the racetrack or the inside of the circle track, depending on how you limit this. Go right back to backside the bus, and again over on the nose as he pulls it into a slap wheelie, tailgate coming off and all. Gets into some of the filter that's over there at the corner. And he's going to wind it down right there. What a run for Mikey Vaters, turning it up. He will take the lead. He knew he was going to have to go some because there's only one guy behind him, and that is Jim Koehler. Mr. Excitement in the Avenger coming up. Mikey came out of the truck to the cheers of the fans. They love that one. See what Koehler's got for him. Mikey fires it back up and pull it off the track. And well, now we're getting word we might have a fifth truck in the Freestyle. Not quite sure what's going on. Mikey will pull off the track, but something is going on in the pit area. I see over on the far side in the temporary pits where the trucks have been parked up in turn number 1. I see Craig Prouty suiting up, so we actually may have a fifth Freestyle right here. This could get interesting. He saw these trucks going up over this school bus. He said he wanted to give it a shot. Here he comes. Craig Prouty from the Tough Truck League. He's going to come out and take a shot at the school bus right here. What's he got? Lines it up. That's not too bad for some little wheels. DOT approved tires up over the top of that school bus. You can get it done too. He's going to cut out another donut right here. Might not be as much air as these monster trucks are catching, but he is turning this crowd on, throwing some dirt at the camera. We've been getting hit with dirt clods all day, though. Don't worry about that. See what he's got left. Playing around with it a little bit. See if he does it again. Here we go. Craig, and he is. He's coming back. He's lining up for it. How about that? Craig Prouty up and over the bus. Could that be an indication of things to come next year? Oh boy. What is 2018 hold for these tough trucks? Now Michael Springston wants to try. I don't think Jim Koehler's going to wait for that. I think Koehler wants to get out here and freestyle. He was strapped into his truck as Mikey was driving off the track. He doesn't want to wait any longer, and here comes Avenger. Craig Prouty almost got run over coming off the track. Here comes Mr. Excitement, and he has got to knock down the run that Mikey Vaters is laying down. He wants to win this freestyle. Take one out on Mikey for beating him in the racing. Jimmy's all over this course. This truck should handle these landings pretty well. He's going to go after the van stack right here, just warming the crowd up a little bit as he heads towards the bus with some huge hang time. Hard slap down on the slab there. You can see the body art is starting to come off the frame. Right back to it. Look at the hang time. Jim Koehler in Avenger is going move to move. Slides to a stop to keep it out of the wall. And where he is right now is probably the only place on this track there's really much moisture left. Nice hit over the what's left of the jammer stack. There we go. As he cut into a donut on the slab. Kicking up that dust. Banging into one of the racing lanes over there. Throwing dirt all over the pit area. Nicely done by Jim Koehler. See that bedside. Tailgate coming on. There goes the bedside. Hanging on there. That is minor fiberglass repair compared to what Jim usually has to do during first quarter, so nothing to be too upset about. Going back over the bus again with a big hit. Nicely done into the outfield. Huge air off of the van stack, almost to the wall. Michael Springston, you saw there in the distance, he hopped out of the truck to watch. Jim Koehler gonna wind it up right there. I think he's done more than enough to take the win. And there it is, Jim Koehler in the Avenger, your freestyle champion here in Little Valley, New York. He's coming out of the truck and headed up to the stands. Have a word with this adoring crowd.
Hey, you guys, my first time here down in Little Valley. You guys are awesome. You know, it got rained out yesterday and we were bummed out because we wanted to run hard yesterday. And we knew you guys would come back. Jay told me these stands would fill, and I'm like, no, man, there was only a couple people here yesterday. You guys came out droves. You're awesome. We love you guys. Come back and see us again next year. Yeah!
Jim Koehler, as always, getting the crowd pumped up. What a day it's been here in Little Valley for everyone at Back Channel Productions. We want to thank you for joining us on Monster Power. We will see you next week.
We will see you again next year.